Perez. Very good Spaniard indeed. So we pan across. Almost inevitably, big roar of support for Katharina Trost, World Championship semi-finalist in 800 metres 2019 and a World Championships 1500 metres semi-finalist a month ago in Eugene. And this is Laura Muir, the defending European 1500 metre champion. She's also got 4 titles, doubles at 1500 metres and 3000 metres indoors in 2017 and 2019. She'll be looking perhaps to regain at least one of those titles next year in Istanbul. We're there for the next edition of the European Championships. So as the race unwinds, just to give you the full lineup, it's Muir of Great Britain, Del Bueno, Italy, Trost, Germany, Fleury of France, Cavalli of Italy, Van der Elst of Belgium, Courtney Bryant, who herself could probably have ambitions of trying to get through to Friday's final. The Britain is in there. Mazalinkova, Czech Republic, Saiten of Norway, Healy of Ireland, Penn, Portugal, Perez of Spain, and Hermansson of Sweden. That's the 13 women's in this race, as we're led out by Fleury. Qualifying conditions, first 4 across the line, 4 fastest non-automatic qualifiers. Typically Muir, she knows she's just got an extra gear that most of the rest of these women haven't got. And I'm sure she's just looking to get through with just a minimum of effort. Very impressive in winning the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, a race I was privileged to see, just tearing the heart out of the field with a long run from home from about 550 metres out. Nobody could match that. At the moment, Fleury of France, Cavalli of Italy, Healy, Van der Elst up there in the mixed. Quite a steady pace as they come round to cover 700 metres, 2 laps to go. Muir just moving up, keeping herself out of trouble, just takes the lead. Just wondering whether her and Courtney Bryant have discussed tactics. Courtney Bryant, European indoor 3,000 metres medalist. Stuck back in the pack at the moment. Everybody's still up there. It's a very tight bunch, those 13 women all together at the moment. To come up with 600 metres to go. Approaching the back bend for the penultimate time. And it's the 2 Britons very much controlling this race from the front. Cavalli, Perez tucked in behind her. Fleury as well, showing well, the Frenchwoman. Fleury, 2022 Mediterranean Games champion, so she's already got 1 very prestigious gold medal to her name. Muir's last lap, the 3rd lap, has strung them out a little bit. Mazalinkova has moved up, so they hear the bell. Still everybody in contention. Still Muir dictating proceedings from the front. Muir without doubt the favourite for this title, to retain a title. Cavalli just trying to get herself in position to make sure she's got a fighting chance of getting in that 4 automatic qualifiers, because this is a relatively slow heat. But it's Muir now striking for home. Cavalli following her. Nice run from the Italian at this stage, but no doubt at all, Muir winning this almost as she pleased. Cavalli, good run from the Italian, and a real battle for the two other non-automatic qualifying spots. Trost got one of them. She crossed the line in third place. Very, very tidy run from Muir. And a shout out as well to the Italian, Ludovica Cavalli. Personal best of 4:05.79, just 21 years of age, the Italian. So Muir, 4:06.40. Cavalli not that far outside her personal best at 4:06.59. It was indeed Hermansson. The Swede got through for third and Trost fourth. Those are the automatic qualifying places.
Well, with just two heats, potentially makes them stronger across both more compact fields. Muir did really well though, but you kind of knew that she would have the quality just to make sure that she did enough without using up too much energy. And yeah, so we mentioned someone who's had quite a busy season so far.
Disappointing run though from Courtney Bryant. I thought she'd do better. I know she hasn't had the best of seasons, but she's a quality athlete. She won't go through to the final.
Yeah, she has been a little bit disappointed with how she's run so far in Eugene, as well as those Commonwealth Games when she ran for Wales. Did we just have a look here again at Muir starting to come through? And there was a big cheer from the crowd when Trost made it in that fourth automatic spot. And as well as that, there are four-time qualifying places available for that final. The second heat coming up in just a moment's time. That will feature Sofia Anoe of Poland, who perhaps will be the biggest contender to Laura Muir. They were first and second in Berlin 4 years ago at the last edition of the European Athletics Championships.
After 7 events, with just the pole vault, javelin, 1500 meters to come, and another group of the discus.
We have another heat of the women's 1500 meters, the second of two. This is Gaia Sabatini on the outside, European under-23 champion. She was disqualified from the World Championships. Bit of a barge on Winnie Nanyondo, who was advanced through to the final where she finished 8th. Bobacea of Romania, experienced competitors and excellent 1500 meter runner. Mackie of Czech Republic. Snowden, Great Britain. Hannah Klein, we look at now. Bronze medalist at the European Indoors in Torun in Poland last year. She just missed out on the final in Eugene as well. Sofia Anoe, mentioned a moment ago, she was second behind Laura Muir 4 years ago in Berlin. She was 5th at the World Championships. Showed some great finishing speeds at those champs, particularly in the heat and semi-final, to make sure she made it through. So certainly expect her to do that again. Could be a good battle with Anoe with slightly fresher legs than Laura Muir come that final.
On your mark.
So I'll mention the full lineup. Eliza Mega of Poland, Ngarambe of Sweden, Blomqvist of Finland, Marquez of Spain, Ellie Baker of Great Britain, who was also in Eugene, Karen McGeehan of Ireland, who won the silver for Northern Ireland at the Commonwealth Games. Fantastic performance for her, someone who was 3rd in Amsterdam in 2016. Anoe Klein and Snowden, who've all mentioned, Mackie of Czech Republic, Bakrachi of Kosovo, Østgaard of Norway, Bobacea of Romania, and then Sabatini in the blue of Italy. So she's found herself a nice position just on the outside there, with McGeehan taking an early lead through 300 in 47.24, and now continuing towards that 400-metre mark. So McGeehan, busy year for her so far. Had a couple of ups and downs over the last couple of years. Bit of injury. She always gives a fantastic interview after her races, whether she's won or lost. Normally pretty frank or full of emotion. Always good to tune into. Sabatini is one of the generation of excellent young Italian middle distance runners, and she would have been disappointed with that DQ at the World Championships. Don't recall her being in a position to advance at the time, though. Another great performance, actually at senior level, along with the European Under-23s, was at the European Team Championships, Super League in Poland last year. She beat some great athletes to come through and win that. Italy usually performing well at those champs. Hannah Klein very much in the mix for Germany. It's still McGeehan at the sharp end of this race. Bobachea up there as well. Great campaigner and gutsy runner, just pulling alongside McGeehan and giving us something to think about. Pretty warm conditions here as well. When we saw the race walk, they're very much in the full of the sun. The cascading glass roof does block the sun a little bit, particularly appearing to do so this morning. Nice cool evening conditions, but not the case right now. McGeehan very much committed to that front running position. She's going to come through now. 1 lap to go. So pretty much deja vu with everyone hanging on to this pace bar a couple. 3 minutes at the bell. So McGeehan from Bobachea and Garambe, the Swede, now towards the front. Hannah Klein, Sophia Anaui with that great last-minute kick that we expect to see. Maybe she can get herself up the order a little earlier than that. First 4 in each heat, and then 4-time qualifiers. So potential for up to 8, really, to make it through, possibly. Sabatini, Baker and Snowden also part of this big, big group still. With 100 to go now. Coming down the home straight, McGeehan remains on the inside, but here comes Anaui. And Klein also finishing well and should get one of these top 4 positions. So it's going to be Sophia Anaui of Poland, Kiana McGeehan of Ireland, and then Hannah Klein, the top 3. 4:02.73 has come up. Well, pretty much going to form there after Laura Muir in the first heat, Anaui in the second, and be interesting to see them two battle in that final.
Yes, a much quicker heat than the previous one, but once again I think Anaui knew that she didn't have to work too hard. McGeehan 4:03, she hasn't run faster this year over 1500 metres, so a pretty taxing outing from the Irishwoman, who's had a fairly regular racing schedule over the course of the last month or so. But a good finish by the pair of them. Still difficult to see anybody beating Laura Muir, barring accidents, but nevertheless Anaui making her presence felt in that second semi-final, just to let Laura Muir know that she's not going to have everything her own way in Friday's final. Good run from McGeehan as well. So McGeehan's been so good over the years without ever quite making it onto the top of the podium in the senior ranks. Maybe this will be her turn as well. And she did look the part, without a doubt. And that was, as I said, a much quicker heat. You're going to see, I think, quite a few of the fastest non-automatic qualifiers. Indeed, all the way down to 9th was faster than Laura Muir in the first heat. So I think the 4 non-automatic qualifiers will come from that heat, including Sabatini, Macca and Ellie Baker.
Yes, Snowden, Sabatini, Mackie and Baker all appear to have made it through in those little queue positions, shall we say. And credit, therefore, to McGeehan, as I say, bronze medal in Amsterdam and also 2019 European Indoors. Very much held that inside line and held off everyone until Inouye just said, yep, I'm coming through, excuse me, thank you very much. So yes, just the 2 heats. That means they're concluded. The next action on the track is the men's steeplechase heats, and they're coming up fairly shortly.
Well, we've got about almost an hour before the steeplechase heats gets underway, because obviously we're probably going to have the conclusions of the race walks. We've also got going on in the stadium the men's discus in the decathlon has just come to an end, but we've still got the long jump qualifying going on. One thing that did struck me, though, not a very large entry overall, as we look at the results from the women's 1500 metres second heat and the overall classification from the round.